Hi everybody, this is TheGreenFrog here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to be showing you the two smallest buds you've probably ever seen. Buds are short for block update detectors, which detect when a block gets a block update, and that happens when a block gets placed or destroyed next to the block. And these are useful for traps and detecting when people have placed blocks for like a custom map and all different kinds of things. And they don't use any command blocks and are completely buildable in survival. So let's begin. So I have two different designs here, and they're both ridiculously small, probably the smallest you've ever seen. This one right here was completely made by me, and this one over here, which actually isn't completely set up yet, was made partly by me and partly by SethBling. I'll put a link in the description to the video that I got part of this off of, and let's start. So this first design, what it does is you throw a item onto the trapdoor, and when you update the block, you get a signal. And the way this works is that when you place a trapdoor on a redstone block, due to a glitch, it doesn't activate or open up. But when you give it a block update, it realizes that it should be open, and it opens. So right now on the screen, I'm going to be putting a link. I'm going to be putting text that shows you a time that you can skip to if you would like to skip the tutorial for this, if you just want to see the other one, and possibly the tutorial for the other one. So if you would like to skip to that time, skip to that time, otherwise stay tuned. Okay, so how to build this? It's really simple. All you have to do is build this thing right here. So it's just two blocks next to each other with a pressure plate and a redstone dust, and then just put the redstone block in this position and just put the trapdoor on it, and it's all set. So then you can just throw the item down, and when it gets a block update, there we go, it works. And to reset it, all you have to do is just break the trapdoor and place it again and pick up the item. There are two different versions of this on top of the one I just showed you. So the second version involves, instead of using a block, using a fence. And the reason for this is that you can have the item activate the pressure plate and then fall off, which means that instead of getting a steady signal that stays on until the item despawns, it's actually a pulse. Because how this works is, if you have a pressure plate on top of a fence, if the item falls at the right spot, what it's actually going to do is it's going to activate the pressure plate and then fall through the pressure plate, which is great. So what we can do is set it up just like this, and then all we have to do is throw an item to the very edge of the block, make sure it goes all the way to the edge of the block, and then when it gets a block update, watch the dust. We got a pulse. So there we go, that is perfect. So now the third design, or the third version of this design, involves a mob. And the reason you would want to use a mob is that items despawn after 5 minutes, but you can rename not a mob using a name tag, and it won't despawn. So just set it up how you originally had it set up for the first version of this design, and then all we have to do is put a block here, and then also a block here, and a block here, and a block here, and then a block here, right here. And now you can destroy that block, and then replace this trapdoor down, and then spawn in a too high mob, and you have to, and you can find it too and put it in, but you have to make sure that if you spawn it in, you spawn it on the top block, so you don't give the trapdoor block update. And if it's like a zombie or a skeleton, make sure you put a roof. So I'm using a zombie for this example, so if we just spawn it up there, there's our zombie, and if we give this trapdoor a block update, we get a steady signal, and the signal will stay until the zombie walks off. So there we go. Okay, so now on to the second design. This one was the design that used one of SethBling's concepts. So how this guy works is you just need to set it up like this. Okay? And how this works is you're gonna put blocks like this, and I had to slightly modify SethBling's way of doing this so it would work in the most recent version of Minecraft. Right now I'm playing in Minecraft 1.8.8. So just set up this little contraption right here. Then just break these two. Put that up there and put that there. And you can't just build it like this without breaking it and placing it. You have to do what I showed you or it's not going to work. And then you have to break all this first. And then now you can break this. And now we have a piston, which has to be sticky, by the way. And before we did that, you just had to build this little setup, which is really easy. If you want to take a look at it, it's this. It's super simple. And the sticky piston is extended even though it's not receiving any power. Even if we took away all these blocks, including the one on the sticky piston, we could still do it. And the reason we have this here is that this torch is powering this block, which is powering this dust. But when we give the piston a block update, the dust goes off. And if we really want to, all we have to do is just do this. If we just do this real quick, this just inverts the signal. It's called a NOT gate. Ridiculously simple. And what this does is, by default, it's going to be off, just like that other one. And when it receives a block update, it's actually going to turn on, which is the way that you would most likely want to use it. So if we just finish this off, now by default it's off, but when we give it a block update, it turns on. So this was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like on the video and please subscribe to not only see my 10 subscribers special sooner, because I have 8 subscribers right now, but also to join the frog pond. And I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like on the video, please subscribe, and goodbye.